When April hit and we were just a couple of weeks into the lockdown, we were all hoping that the time needed for those measures was going to be short. And the time grew longer and longer, however. Personally, I wondered how we were going to get anything accomplished. So as an exercise in coming to terms with what God was up to through us this year of lockdown, I offer what follows for your consideration. 1. We held a huge 50th anniversary celebration banquet on February 8th. 2. We launched the Living Our Legacy Capital campaign, which to date has realized $850,000 in pledges and $300,000 in actual gifts. 3. We said goodbye to Martha Clemens, Fairfax Preschool Director, and at the end of May in her retirement to North Carolina with her husband Tom, and we called Julia Gardner to pick up the mantle and lead us in our new preschool efforts as our preschool director at Fairfax. 4. We celebrated Pastor Bruce Bursley's ministry amongst us and blessed him into retirement. We built a call team for Kenny Champagne's deacon call process. The team was comprised of Michelle Taylor, Lori Krause, Alex McWhorter, Patty Nix, Kathy Brondos, Mark Knopf, Abby Jones, and Amy South. They were fantastic. Then we called Kenny to be our deacon for discipleship at a congregational Zoom meeting on August 9th. Deacon Kenny Champagne was ordained to the office of Word and Service on September 6th. The PLC worked through and approved several new policies: space use, child safety, sabbatical, a policy process policy, and a new employee handbook. We successfully applied for and obtained the Paycheck Protection Program so that we could maintain staffing at current levels through 2020. We negotiated 3 months of mortgage principal deferral with Thrivent. We deployed a Constitution task force to work on updating our 2011 Constitution and bylaws, bringing it up to par with the ELCA's 2019 Model Constitution, number 1 and number 2, one that provides language for digital congregational meeting methodologies. That task force is comprised of Dorothy Sorrell, Alex McWhorter, Craig Myers, and Mike Brondos, and they're fantastic. We built and deployed an anti-racism task force that was led by Gail Jackson and included Pastor Julia, Ted Charles, Mike and Kathy Brondos, Kayla Angela Sante, Diane Panesi, and Pastor Nathan. We accomplished an annual financial review on December 5th, which included Doug Vegan and Bruce Jennings, John Lees, Stephen South, Greg Fletcher, Jerry Reardon, our accountant, and Cynthia Saunders, our ministry support lead. We moved ESL to Zoom and held classes this fall and have a waiting list of demand as we prepare for the winter offerings here in 2021. We have averaged 1,537 weekly unique devices engaging our worship offerings since March 15th of 2020. Phenomenal. Gracing Spaces still serves 617 families with limits to 10 individuals working the depot at any given time, and after being all but closed for nearly 3.5 months. We built and delivered 160 Thanksgiving baskets, and we provided the milk, eggs, and butter for 500 baskets at Christmas with the partnership of Western Fairfax Christian Ministries. The quilters quilted and gave away 94 quilts this year. We moved Hour Power to Monday at noon and deployed a Zoom platform and now routinely have 18 plus meeting for Bible study. This includes Lois Nelson, who is a very spry, I think it's 94. We now have worship every Wednesday at 6 p.m. as well, midweek unplugged. We did a COVID-safe mission experience for our high school youth. We did a COVID-safe Mission Possible experience for our elementary age kids. We did a 6 Sunday Experiencing God and Nature journey of discipleship and COVID-safe community building for our tweens. We launched the Creative Community Showcase. We empowered both the care team and the Stephen ministers to new levels of care engagement. We built and deployed the phone force for greater congregational connection. We do prayer cards regularly as a staff, working through the congregation in prayer at our Wednesday staff meetings. Via live stream worship, we confirmed 21 of our youth. It's awesome. We moved our annual leadership advance entirely online, a move that was received by the congregation well and that impacted a much wider audience for good. It's pretty cool. Using designated gifts from the Living Our Legacy Capital campaign, we did worship technology upgrades at Clifton to support our live stream worship experience, and we built out a media production room in what was the conference room at our Clifton campus so that going forward, media production will be easier for our ministry leads and partners, and so we can begin to include many more voices and music in our online worship experiences. We tithe from our capital campaign, giving additional gifts of support to Village of Hope in Haiti, to the Metropolitan Washington, D.C. Synod, and setting aside a portion for local mission initiatives. We painted the sanctuary and narthex at our Fairfax campus. We painted the Fairfax preschool. We implemented drive-through communion. We offered 2 drive-in worship experiences this fall. The brew crew still brewed beer, socially distanced of course, and we gave Pastor Julia 3 months of leave at the end of 2020 to work on our health and well-being. 40 new members joined us in mission and ministry in 2020, 23 of those during COVID, which is incredible to me. And we had 13 baptisms during COVID using media to bring those precious events to the larger congregation. This list isn't exhaustive at all, of course, but gives you a taste of just how on the move Lord of Life has been this year in this year of abnormal. Not bad, Lord of Life, not bad at all.